Hey guys, it's Christina. Despite the name of Quickie with Vox, a little bit of a slow start there, but we're here now. And we are so happy that you're here because we have a very exciting bit of business to get to tonight. This is not Vox and Guest. This is a Quickie with Vox. And when you have a Quickie with Vox, you get really good stuff. Then I'm not going to pursue that metaphor. That's fine. I think we should just get directly to the man of the hour because we are here to celebrate.
Yay!
Well, I
Hello.
thought it was going to be Charles, but it is actually an alien. And so I don't even know. Do we have a name for you, little alien?
No, not yet. I guess it's gonna be blue because I got to use Azul for a reason. So it's just gonna be
Oh,
blue.
oh, okay. Azul has an alien friend. Look at that. That's
Yeah.
starting to explain a lot, actually. But so Charles is his theory, and he's here. He's here. Hello, we're so
I'm
happy to
here.
have you. It is insanely late there. It is 2 a.m,
It's
but
fine.
it
It's
it
fine.
means nothing to this
That,
man.
that's when the aliens are coming. So
That's it.
anyway, it was bound to be.
It's true. Oh my goodness. We have some merch ideas here. Dre from Entropy in Motion wants a His Theory muscle shirt in blue or black. He needs the
Yeah,
muscle shirt. Which
that's
one
gonna
is
come.
the alien? Fira asks a very deep question. Must we choose? I have not been choosing. I've been assuming it's both. I absolutely have. So we are here to celebrate. You have well, it's the out there now, right? Is it up on Bandcamp over there
Not
already?
not yet because it's premiering here. So I did
Oh,
not
so
upload it
you
yet.
did
But
not.
no, no,
Wow,
no, no,
you
no.
are not
Nobody
kidding
heard it.
around after the last
Yeah.
time. You wanna make
No, no,
sure
no.
we were totally solid, 100%. No, this is so great. So let us make sure for anybody who's watching who doesn't already know the story. So Charles has, an album called The Great Unknown that is going to be debuting really kind of after this is over, right? It sounds like you're
Yeah.
gonna just push that button right away. So it's not anywhere yet, but in his world and here. This is so exciting. So I want to give everybody a little bit of backstory on this because again, concept album, right?
Yeah.
And so tell us about our I don't know if I want to call him an ill-fated astronaut, but tell us about our astronaut, his adventure, and what the story of the album is before we do anything else.
All right. Well, it's a bit like Untold Journey. We have a double meaning with the title, the great unknown being, well, the unknown of space, because we know very little of it,
Mhm,
and also the great unknown about our planet itself.
mhm.
That's why we have the cover with the planet like being a bit like destroyed with the
Yeah,
heat and so on.
yeah.
So it's two unknowns, our space and our planet. So we have the story of an astronaut that is, well, of course, looking at stars, trying to understand space and so on, and is receiving a signal from outer space. So he's taking his shuttle, it's going to orbit, and suddenly there is losing control. So we have lost orbit that we already listened to,
Mhm.
and he goes far, far, far in space. He cannot control his space shuttle anymore, and suddenly he's meeting with the alien civilization that we're gonna listen to later. Is finding out so how they are living with their planet.
Well, and I
They
love this too because this is not a civilization like our civilization. This
Yeah,
civilization has it figured out, right? Like they
exactly.
all get along with each other, everybody's in this kind of harmonious thing, and
Look
so
at
our
them.
astronaut, it's great, rather than being afraid, is excited, a little nervous probably, but just
At first, yeah.
curious, and, so I also think the title works for that too, because life is the great unknown, right? Like, we really don't
Yeah.
know what we're in
No.
for at any given moment, so he meets this alien race, and they've
Yeah.
got their shit together, everybody's working together, and so
Exactly. And so then he's realizing that, well, we're not doing that well. And that we do have a timer on our heads. We don't know how long it's going to take. So then he's deciding with them well, what they did, they sent a signal because they want to show us how to
Mhm,
live in harmony with our planet.
yeah,
So they are showing him the ways on what to do with the planet, and then he's going back home on Earth, and explaining to the entire Earth civilization that will hopefully be smarter and will listen. And then we finish the album with Fixing Home, where basically we're fixing our planet. We're finally living in harmony. And for a long while, I wanted to maybe add a final song to the album where we fixed home, we fixed our planet, but I decided not to, because in the end, this is like a relationship. It's never going to be over. We cannot say, well, good, the planet is saved, now we can kill it again. No. It's something we have to keep on doing.
Right. I think that's brilliant too, because it is more realistic to not tie it up with a little bow, and I think given the way that your compositions tend to be anyway, I mean, I know that you've been doing this since you were 16, right? So I mean, and everything that seems to have driven you, no matter what genre you were working in, is just writing from a place of deep emotion. So I love that element of uncertainty. I mean, I don't love uncertainty, but I think it's more genuine. I think it's more believable, and I think, maybe it will make people a little more mindful of like, okay, well, just because you have the tools doesn't mean you use them and get everything right. So I like that choice. I do. But I think let's see what the people are saying in the Always Hilarious chat before we put, and I don't know if anyone's clamoring yet, if there's been clamoring for song. But we have now, we should, Drew, Drunk and Lonely. Hello, Drew. Says, I love how thought out the stories are behind Histheory's pieces. I agree. Yeah. And again, I'm always impressed, as I've said before, when artists that don't have lyrical content can tell stories like that. It's just very impressive to me. It's that's not an easy thing to do. Burlow's band. Hi, Steven, sweetheart, says Histheory, what an awesome artist. Well, there you go. Praise from Caesar. Drew, more like the great known now, eh? All right.
Okay, changing the title right now.
The crowd is getting a ruckus. Yes, we saw Fira ask which one was the alien, and we saw that too. But okay, so what we're going to do tonight, we're not going to play the whole EP. It's an LP, really. We're not going to play the whole thing. It's too long, and frankly,
sorry.
No. I want people to go and actually like listen to it. So, Charles just decided to pick two songs to feature. Hi, Sintal. Aw, he is always using his creative side. That's 100% true. So we're going to play just two, and then you're going to have to go. There's the clamoring. Thank you guys for picking up on the hint. Hi, Freaky. Hi, Joey. So what we're going to do is now, would you like to tell everyone about Life Out There, frame it up for them before we play it? Or do you want us to play it and then discuss it? Or I think giving them a little idea where we are in the story.
Just a little bit, because I think almost everybody saw Third Encounter of the Third Kind, and basically that song, do 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 do, that shaped my younger self as like, we're meeting aliens. It's like do 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 do, and just this was like, oh, we're gonna find something crazy. It's like it's amazing, a discovery, and that's what I wanted to do with Life Out There. Was at that time, the astronaut has been lost in space for days, weeks. He doesn't even remember. We are dreaming of reality. He's crazy in his mind. He doesn't know anymore what's going on. His space shuttle is completely destroyed and so on. So there's noises all around and so on. So he doesn't know what's happening. And suddenly, when he realizes he's putting his shit together, and he's like, well, I'm meeting aliens, and this is the burst. This is the moment that's gonna change the world entirely. It's changing his own world already. So this is what I wanted to do maybe even better than Third Encounter of the Third Kind. Make an encounter like, whoa, what's happening? So that's
no, and I mean,
maybe I'm overselling it.
No,
no, it's cool.
No, but you know what though? I mean, what a place to begin with a song, right? This idea, hi, Quick Kick, this idea of something that would blow anyone's mind. Like this situation that is just not something that you ever grasp the possibility of ever experiencing, and to be open to that, and also terrified and curious and like, oh shit, I love it. So I think without further ado, I think there should be no more ado. I think we've adoed enough, and I think we should play. This is so exciting. First time anyone is hearing it in the world, except for the people that, life out
And
there
aliens.
from the great unknown, his theory. Here we go. There we go. Suspense. Wow. Oh my God. That sounds like what I imagine being in that moment would feel like. And I love that you've captured that. I love that, there's all of that tension, and there's that, but there's an excitement in it too.
Yeah.
It's not just fear. It's this sort of, it's that complicated blend of something that you're both fascinated by and terrified of, and you have to know what's going on. I love that. And I felt every bit of that. I mean, the visuals were great too. I mean, it was, I loved, all of the like gooey type stuff that you had in there, and then just like the darkness and the vastness of space, and just everything. And then, when we get into the wormhole and all, it's, I have to gather my thoughts. Let us see what the always hilarious chat has to say while I figure out a way to stop babbling about it. Bill Embracing Discomfort says beautiful. Yeah, really beautiful. Kurt. Crypt 13 says very cinematic and awesome. Joey Freaky Thing says just amazing. I saw Shannon Darcy is here. She's staying awake too. Thank you, Shan. Sintel says, wow, just wow. Right, bro, that was very beautiful. See, Sintel and I said the same thing. Wow. We saw that already. What else do we have? Hot Tom says, incredibly done, Tom McElman. Again, high praise. Just saw that. Poor Greg. He tries to click to highlight things, and you guys talk so quickly that he ends up clicking the wrong thing sometimes. Afira, who I believe earlier said something like, I bow to the master, also says bravo. Drew, Drunk and Lonely, loves sci-fi shows, movies, video games. These songs belong in them. Yeah, I mean, really like that. Hi, Deidre. Deidre Patrick says, oh, I love that. I mean, in Subtlety, hi, Tracy says, beautiful. So writing that, Charles, like, first of all, did you write the album? Hi, Johan, an amazing soundscape. Show this one twice. You guys cannot do this to us again. We have to make sure we show both. So first of all, just to sidestep for a second, did you write the album in order? Or did you? Okay. So this, and where is this, like, what song number is this on the album?
This is the 5th one. This is just between Dreaming of Reality and New Horizons.
Okay. So, yeah, no, that fits actually, because we get out of that sort of, I don't even know where I am anymore. I don't even know who I am anymore. I don't even know what's going on. I'm not entirely unhappy about it, but I'm also like, this shit is fucked up. I'm like, and so then we come to this, which is a perfect, and it's always hard to do things that are of a piece on a concept album out of context. But I think because people have heard, the songs around it, or at least some, that then they can, and then they can just go back and listen, and before it comes out, they can get a little re-preview. But so writing this at this point, how did you decide that this was what this astronaut was going to feel in that moment? Because you could have gone any of a number of ways with the emotion that you were going to evoke here, or emotions. It's not just one. But so what was the emotional thought process for you when you wrote this, Life Out There?
But the funny thing is that the part where he's finally meeting with the aliens, so where we have the boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
This is the first part I wrote for the song. I
Oh,
started
okay.
with that, and then I built the rest. And for a little while, I had no idea how to do the rest. But the emotion itself of how it was built, I did it in less than an hour. It was done, and I was like, okay, now I got this. And now I
Wow,
need to
that's impressive.
So
okay, so
it was a
you
mix with
began from intensity then, because those are the most intense moments of the song. Where it's all intense in its way, but there's a portent to that aspect of it where there's the it's almost like that, your heart beating when you're in that moment. But there are moments in the song where it does open up and brighten up a little bit. There's more, no pun intended, space around things, but then it gets back to that heavy thud.
Exactly.
So okay, so you started there.
Yeah.
And then how did you back your way into the rest of it?
Then at the beginning of the song, so I wanted all these different effects, making it believe that we are in this space shuttle, but alone. But there's something coming on, and there's the noise, the big clash, and so on. So the space shuttle is not. I've seen better days.
Not doing so well. Yeah.
And then so I wanted to build it up, so that's where we have really the elements coming in that are repeated then at the final part of the song, but stronger, because it's basically the aliens that are coming in as well. And okay, now we're in together. You're not alone anymore. We're gonna show you. So yeah.
I
Then
mean,
I don't know. It just comes.
but well, and so to back up further from there, how did you decide that? How did you come up with the concept for the album in the first place? Like, I mean, obviously, I know space is something that seems to have fascinated you for a long time,
Yeah.
but like, what made you decide to do this story this way at this time?
Well, the first song that nobody heard for now, "Midnight Echoes," where he's receiving the signal from outer space,
Right.
is a song I wrote. I started working. It was only a 2-minute song before, and I did it about 15 years ago. And this is with
Okay.
this song where basically I decided, because before it was only that, it was just Midnight
Standalone.
Echoes,
Yeah.
and that's it. And after the Untold Journey, I was like, okay, I need a new concept. And
Mm.
space album, this is always something I wanted to do, but I had no idea how to do it. And I started from there. I'm like, okay, but it's receiving a signal. We're right in the middle, of course, of global warming, all the crap in the world. So I was like, okay, I want to do this, and I wanted to have a double meaning, like with the Untold Journey, having the meaning of going through a portal and so on, but also the inner journey that we all live, and we try to change with it. So I wanted the same with the Great Unknown. And yeah, the rest is history. I just picked up some ideas, because I have about 90 ideas
I
on
was
the
gonna say
side.
you always have a million things going. Yeah, it's well, but no, but I mean, I think it's, it's a hopeful story too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's or at least a wish or a dream, something like that. And we can certainly all use more hope these days. I think it's in fairly short supply. So I want to go back to the comments and make sure that Charles is getting all of his flowers on Life Out There. Johan again says amazing soundscape. Hey, Sugarcane Firewater. I always think sugar pie, honey bun. Cheers from Northern Utah. Deidre says that she heard your message in there. Yeah, that's, I mean, and yeah, Steven says it, and it's true. Intense emotions are good. They might not always be the most comfortable, but they usually teach you something. So, I mean, I really just, now that I've had a little bit of time to process it and can just not be like, blah, 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 I love you are so talented at creating these atmospheric, there's no word, it's not soundscapes only, it's emotionscapes, which is a horrible word and it's stupid and I don't like it, but that's really what it is, because I think that things can sound good, but if they're not resonating emotionally, if they're not touching, the listener in some way that really affects them, especially for instrumental music, which is inherently meant, I think, to be epic and sweeping and moving and generally, and I know there are many different kinds, but, and I think that that's one of the reasons that you and your music both have connected with the community so deeply, because, people say the same thing. They've been saying it in the comments here tonight. And every time you release something, people talk about it, they always mention the emotion. They always mention how you make them feel. And I love too the juxtaposition of your social media persona with the music that you make, because people are going to go on Facebook or whatever, and you're going to be like, sniffing your finger or whatever and saying it smells like release time or whatever, and think, what are we going to get? And then this plays, and I just love that there are all those facets. Tracy agrees with me, says there's an art to it, and there absolutely is. And I love that in that, like, now what you've done with that song to me is I want to hear the next one. Like I want to, it's like stopping at the end of a chapter, when your parents are reading you a book and you're like, oh, and like, and then the dragon comes and they're like, well, that's it. Good night. And I'm like, no. So that's kind of how I feel right now. I have a little bit of musical blue balls, but that's okay. Was there something else that popped up on the screen, honey? Because if there was, I missed it. It's 2:30 a.m. Yeah. Deidre, it's really late, but he looks so sassy and awake. Afira's asking for the next song. I think get a Clockwork Orange thing going here just to keep you awake. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna move it along to make sure he gets to bed before too long. But I think we should play the other one. I think we should let the people hear it. So okay, so that was song 5. We're at the midpoint. Nothing Like Home is
9.
song.
Yeah.
Okay, the penultimate track. Okay.
Exactly.
So this is the one, and you said the last one is called Fixing
Home. Yeah.
or Fixing
Like
Home.
romance.
Okay. So
Home, yeah.
oh, okay, wait, no, Dre said something I have to read. It's like a sonic fresco painting on the Sistine Chapel ceiling when Histheory creates.
A little bit too much, but thank you.
Well, that is something to put on your EPK if you had one. Holy shit. Dre's just quotable as hell out here. Sintal says it's just Charles being his authentic self. I believe his childhood side never went away, which is a great thing. That's a fabulous point. It really is, because you tap into all of that. I mean, all kids are creative until they're taught not to be. And I love that you never lost that. So yes, Christy, Joey is Googling what Dre just said. So while Joey pulls up the Google, we're going to play Nothing Like Home. So you've talked a little bit about it, but frame it up for everybody too before we go into it. So we're nearing the end here. This is the next to last song. And Drew just said you're a genius, but I'm not supposed to tell you, so I won't.
No.
So go ahead. Tell everybody about Nothing Like Home.
Yeah, that song. So I selected that one. I'm sorry, it's almost 6 minutes long.
Nope, don't be sorry. Really, don't be sorry. I was going to play the whole album, and you decided not to. So we're good. You're fine.
That's not true. And so that one is in 3 steps. We start with the trip back home, but I didn't want to make the journey home because it was already in the entire journey. So
right.
Let's not push it. That one, that's why I wanted to play this song, because it starts in almost a jazzy environment. It's very quiet, soothing, and so on, but with a lot of different elements. But very soothing to say, okay, we're gently going back home. It's pretty good. Then the second part is when we're just landing on Earth. So it's again like you will see the emotion is on to go back home after all that trip, and what we're going to be able to say, because we're going home with the aliens. Come on. It's not like I took the groceries.
Yeah, exactly. I have a baguette and several aliens. Let's get the stove going. But okay, big emotions baked into that. And then there's the third part.
And then the third part, where this is the moment where he will have to explain to the planet how to live in harmony, how to fix our planet, and so on. So where we really have a mix of emotions again, but also like the kind of speech feeling. I already have some ideas also to make some sort of a speech, like when you have in a movie, like the character build up, like, what we're gonna do this, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is the kind of song
sort of like an anthem, but very stirring. And exactly. But I mean, driving. This then is really, this is the climax of the album then. Yeah. This is, and now that's interesting, and we'll talk about it more. Don't worry, guys, I won't get into it now. But that's interesting that the climax is just before the end. I like that. Let's not make people wait any longer to climax. We're going to do it right now. We're going to play Nothing Like Home, the 9th out of 10 tracks on The Great Unknown, Histheory. Here we go. I have to stop crying on the show. I'm such a fucking idiot. You guys, every time you get me though, holy shit.
Sorry.
No, that last third just like
It was gorgeous.
Thank you.
Charles, that was beautiful. It just there's so much sorry. There's so much there's a reason that like I don't know. There's a reason that you don't I don't know whatever. There's a reason that whatever that I'm a mess. I just that last third. I mean the whole song is beautiful. I mean I started off in a music box, you know, just in this very lilting, cozy womb-like kind of feeling, you know, of just being cradled in something very soft and warm and peaceful. And that level of being soothed, I think is something that if you had it when you were little, you always are looking for it again. And if you didn't, you don't know how much not having it has changed and negatively impacted your life. So on some level you are always also still looking for it, never having had it. And so to have that in sound like that is just it was so wonderful, you know, to begin there, you know, and then that transition that you made guitar, right? There's guitar. Yeah. I mean, and I because the second that started, I my eyes just closed and they stayed closed the whole time because I didn't want anything else involved in my experience of that song. And then that transition to the second third of just all that power and that crescendo of emotion and all of the you know, even if you didn't know what the story was telling. And the beautiful thing is that someone could listen to that and not know, you know, not know it's part of a concept album, not know what the concept is, and still write their own story to it and Rorschach their feelings onto it in that way. That transition was masterful. You know, I mean, that to go from such a quiet, intimate, peaceful place to something that big and powerful, and to do it in a way that didn't feel jarring, that didn't feel like, oh, okay, now we're in the middle third of the song, you know, it just it led into itself so beautifully. But oh, that last third just I'm not gonna start thinking about it because I just stopped crying. But oh god, it's beautiful. It's just there was so much I can't even articulate it. I think that's my review. And I'm sorry it's not more eloquent, but that just got me. Perfect. Oh, that got me. Let's go to the people who can talk. Let's go to the comments. Lost Cause Industry says always inspiration, moving and beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. Burlow's band inspirational. There we go. That's 2 for 2. Deidre loved the decrescendo back up to this climax. Absolutely. Arcane Synthetic, please, 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 let's collaborate. Yes, I want that now. That has to be reality. Richie Warwick. Hi, Richie. Perfectly capturing the human condition and the vastness of the universe. I love that too. Drew's gonna sign up for NASA. Okay, Drew. Joe says he's been denied. Yeah, they probably saw all the Droeck stuff. So all these songs should be in sci-fi movies. Yeah, extra 10% to your tomato meter score guaranteed. I love that. Crypt 13. I always want to call him Crit or Crypt. Crypt 13. I can't talk still. I'm sorry, guys. Says it is truly an escape for the mind. Effortlessly takes you on a journey. Yeah, very well said. Tracy Subtlety says beautiful. Shannon, you should be sleeping. I hope you're not working tomorrow. Just so talented, incredible. Freaky works at NASA. That, if you think about it, Drew, that really kind of fits. I'm sorry, I'm like sniffling into the microphone. Marshall Had the Truth Music says absolutely brilliant, Charles. He loves it. Very special, says Arcane Synthetic. It is good to cry. I'm never, ever, ever embarrassed about crying. I just don't like to take away from the musician's moment by making it about my reaction, but I guess it is a reaction show. So Lost Cause Industry says a true composer. Yeah, I mean, I just thank you, Stephen. I just I love when that happens, though. I love when a song just takes hold of you in a way that you can't filter your own emotions. I mean, I just love that. Plus, if I didn't turn into Rudolph on a live at least once, what would be the point? It would bring a tear to a glass eye, says Arcane Synthetic. See, you're making the always hilarious. This is like the always poetic chat tonight. Holy shit. Did Dre have anything to say? Because, yeah, thank you, Stephen. Yes, crying says it all, which is good because I couldn't say anything else. Johan says that was mind-blowing. We have to get the Dre review. Drunk and Lonely, I know for a fact that emotion always comes first in Histheory's music, and I love that. It's as it should be. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, I mean, do you finish a piece like that, and are you as affected by it? Sintal says, you remind him of the movie August Rush, how he heard the music in his head and saw the music that he created. That sounds like a cool movie. I haven't seen it. But so, I mean, do you finish something like that and just go, like, wow, what did I just make? Or do you not have any sense of how, like, because I mean, composing has to have some cerebral element to it, obviously, because you actually do have to, create the thing that you felt and envisioned. But, how affected were you by that? Are you by that? Is it too close to you? Can you not say because it's your own music? Or like, do you get what all of us are saying and feeling in this moment?
I think I do. I probably less because I've heard it 1,000 billion times.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
fair point.
But usually, but sometimes with that one as well, I can be surprised as well because I know nothing about music theory. I know his theory. Some people think that I know the theory. No,
no,
I
history and theory, right? Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. Not music theory.
So I just go on my keyboard and then that's it. I just play. I know a bit the chords and so on, but that's it. And sometimes I just play and it goes. I'm like, okay, well, I think this is gonna work. And sometimes even as there's lots of layers, I don't even know how it's gonna sound and so on if I put them together when I fix the issues that I make because with tempo and so on. So when I do it separate it with the tracks and then I put them back together, I'm like, oh yeah, I think that's what I wanted. Yeah, I do get also a little bit the kick, and I want to make sure as well. I'm on my desk. I put my headphones and I'm like this. And if I don't feel it, if I don't feel the emotions, then it's no good. It disappears.
Okay.
So I still feel them, of course.
Yeah.
And because of the aliens.
No, I just I want to play it again. I do, but I also know you need to get to bed. So what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna make sure first of all that everybody knows where to go. So tomorrow, well, soon, there it is. There's Dre. Hold on, I will interrupt myself for Dre. I just heard Pink Floyd, "Endless River." Love when the guitars just accent the emotion with single notes. That always gets my attention. Yeah, I mean that section just before the last third where there's that, bung, 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 and then oh my gosh, like that's when I think that if I had hair on my arm, that's probably when it really would have started to stand up at that point. But just that really walloped me. Holy shit, Charles. You can't do that to a person on live TV. Well, you can, and you did, and I'm glad that you did. So let us make sure everybody has the information about where to go. Greg, do we have that queued up, or are we gonna type that in very quickly? The Bandcamp link.
Oh yes, hold on. Give me like 2 minutes.
No problem. So Charles, are you literally gonna start this like when we get off? Is that the moment it drops? Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on Bandcamp and give me a few minutes while I
don't look now. There's an alien behind you.
There's an alien. Oscar.
I swear cats are aliens. It would explain everything. But so you'll go on and you'll unleash the beast. So
exactly,
people have very little time to wait to hear the whole thing. I know what I'm going to be doing. But so and then everywhere. Is it the
next week?
Right, the 23rd, I think.
The 23rd, yeah, Friday 23rd.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So and I like this thing too of giving Bandcamp a chance for a week or so before everything is out everywhere. I think it's smart. So there it is, histheory.bandcamp.com. So you're going to go to that right after this. Like after this, it's you're not even going to have to wait hours. It's going to be right after this. And
I said 16th of August. It's already 16th of August for France. So,
There
and
you go.
the aliens are here. So I have
already
to.
landed. Arcane Synthetic says it's already sitting in the collection, ready to go. So, I mean, I think this might be a good time to play. You know, people are used to Charles being, you know, funny, but I think to show them the serious side of you with what you've sent us. There's a little something.
Yeah, very serious. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't be scared because he's being so serious on this. But I think this would be a good time for us to collect ourselves and get a little serious with his theory.
Hello, Histheory here. A few very different people got the chance to listen to The Great Unknown. This is what they thought about it. I see! I see! The Great Unknown will bear fruit! Fruit! They're coming! They're coming! They're here! I know! The Great Unknown! It's crazy! Crazy! I have a very particular set of skills. If you don't listen to The Great Unknown, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you. The Great Unknown! It's a killer album! And I know something about killing! Yo, Sam! The Great Unknown! Check it out, man!
Super serious. I mean, you know,
much.
people are going to wonder, you know, did you just have a really intense day and it just took all the humor out of you? Oh my God. How long did that take to make?
An afternoon.
An afternoon. Yes, I agree. That caveman was quite erudite, actually, if you read those captions. Sophistication, absolutely. Arcane Synthetic, absolutely at the height of sophistication. Steven says, whatever he's on, can I have some, please? I think you probably can. You should sell whatever you're on in your merch store because holy shit, you would be able to retire tomorrow. Should be an actor. Those were not paid actors. No, those were real people. Every single one of them, real people. Not even paid. Hi, Lori Pepper. A Fire says it was hilarious. No, it was very serious, Christy. They were real people, Drew. You could tell. Especially Liam Neeson. He rarely does cameos anymore. A dramedy. There we go. That's a camel, right? Freaky Thing says an amazing. Jesus, I read fast, but not that as and amazing at marketing himself. Also hooked on phonics worked for me. Brilliant, says Shannon. Yeah, I mean, they're not actors, Deidre. They're real people, okay? People aren't getting it. The Twin Martians, I concur, Sugarcane Firewater. I think they were probably the most believable in the sense of you'd think they would really know whether this was, you know, I think they have the street cred, so to speak, or the space cred, whatever. They have the space cred. So listen, I know it is very late and I want to make sure that we get you to bed, but again, just so beautiful. And we started with Life Out There, guys. That's the 5th song on the album. And we finished with Nothing Like Home, the next to last, the 9th song. You know, you can go and get this very shortly. Thanks, Joey. We're not going to take that comment out of context. Wait, what did Dre say? Pull that back up. The broken antenna Martian cracked me. Sugarcane Firewater too is just like
it was not supposed to happen.
There you go. See, no, it was because they're not actors.
Yeah, exactly.
Charles, those are real
that's
people.
true. That's true.
10 songs, Deidre. 10.
Yeah.
10 of them. You have 8 more to enjoy. You've heard some of them, not all of them. So you got to go in there. Primary Face Principle. Hello, my friends. Is really looking forward to listening to the full album. You can do that in moments. We're almost there. Yeah, Freaky. That's what you get. Get in your corner. Afira says, thank you for sharing. Great work. And I have to say the same thing. I was so honored and touched when you came to us with this. You know, and I know we wanted to do something earlier. I'm glad we got to do this, you know, because this is just beautiful. And I know how long this has been in the making. So hi, Oscar. This is just glorious. And I'm so proud of you. And congratulations on having it be almost out, nearly out any second now. Was there anything else you wanted to say to everybody before we let you go to sleep?
I wanted to thank you too for allowing me to be here, because it's special. I wanted it since a while, and I remember when you listened to Peaceful Relief, it was almost a year ago now, in October, I think, last year.
And what'd you make me do, Charles? What'd you make me do?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Never again.
Oh, I know. I have the feeling it'll happen again. I hope it does. No, I really, our pleasure. And I just, you know, in addition to being a spectacular musician and just a super, super nice guy, you are also always supporting everybody in this community. And I know you do it from the bottom of your heart. And anybody like that is extra good with me. So thank you for that. And I mean, really, you know, you could have taken this anywhere. So I'm grateful that you brought it to us. And I'm so excited that we got to hear.
Thank you.
And everybody has to go. Greg's going to put the link back up. You have to go now. Histheory.bandcamp.com. You're going to go and you're going to listen. It'll be up on the screen, I'm sure, but I also just said it.
Yeah.
And here it comes any minute.
Mm-hmm.
A slowie with Vox, a quickie with Vox, a slowie with Greg. You would not believe how accurate that is. Where are we here? How we doing, baby? There it is. Histheory.bandcamp.com. Really, seriously, let's get everybody over there. Like, you're here, go there. And if it's not quite live the second that you get there, just keep refreshing. Click the little because you got to give him a couple minutes to push the button, and then he will.
Exactly.
Charles, thank you so much for staying up late, for bringing this here, for making that beautiful music. I'm going to go and listen to everything and have, I'm sure, more of a good cry. Thank you for the music that you make, really, truly, and for being who you are.
Thank you very much. Don't know what to say anyway.
You don't have to say anything. You could just hold up your alien. Let your alien answer.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy, and I will not invade your planet, okay?
Thank you very much. No probes for us. That's the bonus part here. We didn't even tell everybody. If you were here tonight watching, you do not get probed when the aliens come. Unless you want to. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So don't worry, Joey. You'll be fine. Just tell them you're opting out of the exemption there, and you'll be fine. Wait, what was that? Drew said something. Oh, Joey's laughing, but I thought amazing music and promo. Thanks, man. Going to listen to the album now. We're all going to go do that. We're all going to go meet at Charles's place on Bandcamp. Histheory.bandcamp.com. Probing optional. That's right. Proptional, I think Sugarcane Firewater said. All right, guys, that's it. That is, you're welcome, Arcane Synthetic. We just show up and cry, apparently. Oh, okay. So Steven's going to get the probing too. I don't know, Charles. The alien's going to be busy tonight. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Please go listen. If you can't tonight, if it's too late, just make sure you get it in there. At least save the link so you can listen first thing in the morning. And The Great Unknown out almost now. Any minute now. We're going to let him go so he can release the hounds. That is another quickie with Vox. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.